Hello and welcome to a little bit different video. My name is Clay. Thank you for tuning in. I went to the Blackhawks equipment sale this past weekend and I just wanted to share with you guys what I got from it. Now, if you're not familiar with equipment sales from hockey teams, here's the gist of it. Basically, every single year, hockey teams, pro, NHL, AHL, ECHL, colleges, they get new equipment every single year from manufacturers. So when they don't use, all the equipment at the end of the year, they tend to have an equipment sale and just, instead of throwing their stuff out, they just sell it to just make a little bit of money. Now, the appeal for consumers is that because it's a garage sale essentially, is you can get pro level equipment for cheap. The downside is that that equipment is most likely used. However, if you look closely enough, you do your due diligence in your search, you can find equipment that is just barely used, so it's like new. So that's the appeal of it. That's kind of the deal of it. It's nice to not spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars to get, pretty high quality equipment. Now, most teams, like I said, hold it at the end of the year. Blackhawks did it during the middle of the season. I think they always do it, but this was the first time I went to the Blackhawks one. Usually I go to the Milwaukee Admirals equipment sale because I live in Milwaukee and that's just convenient. And really, the only thing I look for at these equipment sales is really sticks, because that's really where you get the most bang for your buck. So you can look at like the helmets or the elbow pads, shoulder pads, shin pads, other things like that, the gloves. But for the most part, like those, things are pretty well worn, Sticks, however, I find to be pretty good quality, not very used, and, a good bang for your buck, basically. So let me share with you what I got. Now, I ended up just getting a single stick. Now, there were people there that got quite a bit, like armfuls of sticks. Those people are most likely resellers. I'm not really into that. And I already have like 5 sticks, so one really was enough for me. So I found one that I liked and got it. Now, at most equipment sales, the sticks are right around $100, a little over, like 110, something like that. Blackhawks equipment sale, the sticks were $125, but I'm fine with that because, like I said, you get pretty high-end sticks for cheap. $125 for a high-end stick is a pretty good deal. So I picked this one up. It's the Alpha QX from Warrior. Pretty neat graphics. I like it. It's a stick that I don't have, and that's kind of one of the things I look at these equipment sales, is because I like to kind of have a different variety of graphics in my sticks and stuff, kind of a collection type of thing, even though I will eventually use them. But not only that, but I also look for a stick that, well, I'm going to be using, so I want to have it be a curve that I tend to play with, so I kind of have a little bit of a toe-y kind of curve, and this is pretty close. It's tough to tell because they're not marked. The sticks aren't marked with the curve like retail sticks are. So you kind of have to just judge your eye, and it might be off because retail curves and actual player curves aren't necessarily the same thing. So like Patrick Kane, if you look at retail curves called the Kane curve, it's not close to the type of curve he actually plays. But here's the cool thing, is that this stick is, if I can find it here, there we go. This one is one of Marcus Kruger's old sticks. So yeah, that was another, drawing point. I really liked Marcus Kruger when he was with the Blackhawks. He was a great low line center, a great penalty killer, part of cup winning teams. It's cool to have kind of a stick that he used, although not much. You can tell there's not a whole lot of damage there. So that's another kind of selling point for me on finding a stick at these sales. Now, I went on the second day of this sale, so like a lot of the really good stuff probably was already gone in the first day. So if there were like Kane sticks or Taves sticks, they weren't there when I was there. They probably got snatched up, probably going to be resold. There were some sticks like Sod sticks and Strom sticks and Seabrook sticks, but one of the other things I look at when I get these sticks is not necessarily the player, because I'm not like going to just be hanging this up. I don't really care that much to be hanging up a stick. I want to be able to use it. So I want to get one that has a flex that I'm going to use. And I use 75 flex sticks. And you can see that here. You can see the mark. Oh, there we go, right there. The 75. And then you see a code here. Whoops, I went the wrong way. You can see the code. It's tough to look at the screen on the camera and go backwards here, but you look at the code here and it says T4QR. That is interesting. That is actually really interesting, because that means that this isn't actually an Alpha QX stick. Nope. That actually means it's a Warrior QRL stick, which I already have one of those. If I can set that down. Basically one of these sticks. I already used one of these. I need to retape this. But yeah, so I already have a QRL stick. So I know how this guy is going to play, this Alpha QX. I know how this is going to play, but it has different graphics now. So that's kind of neat. See, the one thing with pro stock sticks is players want a certain type of stick, right? Marcus Kruger probably really likes the QRL stick. However, Warrior, the brand, probably wants to advertise their Alpha QX a little bit more. So what they'll do is give them a QRL stick, but they'll put the wrapping of a Warrior Alpha QX stick on it. So it looks like a Alpha QX, but it's actually a QRL under the hood. So it's pretty neat. I'm pretty excited about this. Like I said, I've got like 5 sticks, so it'll be interesting when I eventually use it, but it's neat to have a stick that Kruger once very shortly used. So pretty cool. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's kind of a little bit different, but yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate that as always, but most importantly, stay safe, make good decisions, get some good looking sticks, and well, I'll see you next time.